Yeah, Baba. Yeah, Baba. It's needed.
Hello, tell me friend my tell me pay me friend mo kemba ni fe mo ne o iradon ake o fe be ni o kwemi ngbeji ni tete obobi ashon ni tete TV ji no ni o ne bo le wasa wo be ko won fe ke ha gandangbe ni won fe ke ha Ghana mamun fe mini juno ni wo ba yo le mini na a couple of news items come here media platform say ye Ghana ni ole e mombo wa denche what for a couple of stories on this particular issue, but if it more especially the government ni what for shike amene I'm taking the no kone serious ni ole if me na pe wa ake no woni me fon shiki ha government di ake afon shiki ha bobo na fe ni ko bata no ni bi poten ni gba mambia na obomode nko ni okwa ake anikechi onye okwani before back o solve fe podi enje and oba boy wo modern o fe no koye born abeni chon she it's like this particular government ne I'm a priorities really screw up on abeni chon ni I'm a fiti o shika ye ni bi ni eya Ghana bi ai on abeni chon na me shion ni bi ni ke bole ncho kwe e ba gwa Ghana bi ni e ba hele amewala ona beni chon alo ameyiwala ni ole efio mi na pe wa ade enche ona beni chon ni eye mobo ake wo ye mani dane ne ke ni bi kome ya no ona beni chon ke bon we dialysis ni afio ye Ghana bemeni ame kidney amena kidney ela ona beni chon ni bole dialysis no jino ko ni ewa me until ni amebana transplant na amefe ni amebana moko donate kidney conclude ha me dialysis say jino ni ewa me ne ha ni amenyo shini ameya amebana amefi ameni bi na mbanye na amefe ona beni nchon ni waye manko tumo Ghana na efe tumo jemegbela akwa jemeklo ni ejino ko ni Ghana bi ahin patawa because kabata bi ane Ghana akema wonye ko wafe no ko poten ni wo ko ba wa me ko meni wonye me ko meni ameyene kidney elane ko ona beni nchoni efio mi na pe wa akeda na stories imba won na gbeke bi na me gboyi ni keji man konkro no ameyo amegbo ona beni nchon keji man konkro no ameyo amebana ela chamo papa ni asana amena ona no ni nchon shi woye Ghana ni tafla chame ni me wo fon shiki ame use shika kemfe ni bi komeni esa ni bi komeni yan ni kenye ba kwe tumo gbie tenji ogme gbie dwene wo program e ko ni wo fe wo yu emi ake ya kolebu anme dialysis no from 380 Ghana cedis to 491 Ghana cedis per session. Bona benin choni obabio yake and Ghana bi enye ba anye pay ne kenoko. Ghana bi enye. Bona benin chon Ghana bi enye kura ba anye pay ne kenoko. Noko na sani me ayale enyo kete. Ame yale ekome. Amonto ne na me no ekomi epo na me ba ya unpo di enche. Amenye. Nikemo ko kebo ake government be shika ne ba nye subsidize neke treatment say male government misplace a priorities because ke yo kwe conclome na make shika wo ni kebole ncho tasi no ojo ba bia ke no neke ne ko ne kura ani anya asamanya ke shika wo ami ani eya aka monton ne ejie ko na asana ke shika wo bia mi ni Ghana bi na shika na me ba pay for my dialysis treatment. Dialysis machine say ni wo yo de nche efa me ji gbe tene kenye ba kai wo fe a whole Comfanochi teaching hospital ya Kumasi Comfanochi na kai ke ojagana mienyo southern zone ke northern zone Kolebu teaching hospital jino ni ekwo ejikame hospital na ekwo southern zone when it comes to dialysis kofe northern zone we Comfanochi teaching hospital jino ni ekwo na ke northern zone Bona benincho ni a whole Comfanochi teaching hospital I mean 1.5 afa bela sabe no fe na ka story ka ba aka we explain na ka half no chumo na asa na echu lo jogba no wa fe le half give or take what bulaka echu ni a whole Comfanochi teaching hospital I mean 2 dialysis machines penny worky Me wa keje ba bosi you any oje me to e chono wage keje me ba for dialysis say amenya ame kwa me ni ame kwa ma ke ame ya private senders na ma fi private senders say le mo komo beni government ye 380 private senders ame 1,000 cedis per session shika nye me ni me tuo ni ye Ghana apio ame ni mo ko ba nye afford 1,000 cedis per dialysis session ni mi ke bwa ke government ye shika hey komeni government ka me shika wo dwemo be mi na ba nya subsidize ne ke dialysis treatment ne ki awo nyeme ni ne ke la ne e gba me na komo shika na ma fite ye ejisu by election se na afeje bodi nche komo shika na ma fite ye jeme anye na ajashika keke keshe campaign be government ni yo power ba na shika ne kwa fe campaign she may come on Kolebu, may come on Comfort Teaching Hospital. Now may need dialysis treatment. Gonna be na nyape. Anyape. She government ba wo shika na gba fair campaign na abaja we ke 100 cities youth ni yo Jesu na for shiki yan government. Eye mobo wa ade nche. Ona beni ncho. Eye mobo wa ade nche. Eye mobo wa ade nche. Eye mobo wa ade nche. Ake na kenoko ya no. Bona benincho. Eye mobo ake na kenoko ya no. Ake won fonshiki hame ni amedwen wo won fonshiki hame na amedwen Ghana bi ba tolai unu ba shame unu ba cho ni keji noko ni government ba nye fe hame government ye fe hame. Nye ba kai wo fi another story ye tamale bege bi kome 15 kenye ba kai na kan story say ka wo fi yin pa no kome 15 amek boy ya tamale teaching hospital because dialysis machine bege bi na men na kidney la ne kome 15 amek boy I mean this is so unbelievable. On a benijo nyenye subsidize we mobo can you provide the machine say ni subsidize more po koni Ghana bi anya ya more bona benijo ama try news item from GH1 nabu no kwe Ghana bi na me te Kolebu na ma fi am dialysis na come ake ameno from 380 to 491 amenya am fi because e jalawa bo story etu.
The patients who came for their usual treatment here at the renal units of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital were given the shock of their lives. The cost of their treatment has gone up to 491 cedis from the usual 380 cedis they have become accustomed to. These patients got here at 6 a.m. but could not afford the treatment as they told us it was too high for them.
Today is my section day and because of money, I haven't been able to dialyze and I'll be coming my next time in section, that is on Thursday. Because of money, I can't do it 2 times and it will affect me until the time I get money for Thursday.
But like government to do something about it in the sense that put it on the health insurance for us or maybe take care of it for like some years so that we can ease the burden on our family and friends.
The difference is 111. It's too much. It's too much, I think. So they should do something about it by reducing it.
We are pleading those who have upper hand on this thing to do something about the price, and then those who have say, because it may be today is me on dialysis now, though Jesus Christ is not yet in, so we are all waiting. It can happen to anyone, so those who have say they should help us.
28-year-old Abigail Rohinowa Maysam and Christiana Afo, 31-year-old, have both been on dialysis for almost 9 years, but are now worried about the ramifications of the increment in the cost of treatment.
My legs will be swollen, my face, you wouldn't see me. Like, when I walk small, I'll feel tired and stressful when I'm doing anything.
Anytime you don't come for dialysis, you feel weak, you are not yourself, you feel like you are not normal. Yeah, you are not normal. You don't feel yourself at all. You begin to swell, you are not able to eat well. The little thing you take inside, your belly begins to swell.
The renal unit was on 22nd May 2023 closed to outpatients following a 4 million cedis debt to their suppliers. The facility later in September that same year announced an increment in the cost of dialysis treatment from 380 cedis to 765 cedis, 42 pesos per session, though the decision was suspended following a public outcry and the facility reopened to public upon instructions from then Health Minister Kweku Agyeman-Menu. Patients were greeted with new charges on the morning of Monday, 13th May 2024. The patients who had planned with the old fees of 380 cedis were left stranded as they could not readily raise the 111 cedis difference for their dialysis session. The cry of the patients is that the government should intervene so that they can go in for their treatment in order to continue living. Evelyn Harold.
Right, if you make a book where I'm a news item from GH1. Onum shishi, eye mobo. Eye mobo. Onu oblaye bibi ami, come on. Sana me ya because I'm a liake kamemba, I'm about pay 380 cedis. I'm on to 491 cedis. And over 100 cedis. Onum shishi, ngama akoye. Like I told you, government ibana shika na ekba fair campaign. Government ibana shika na ekba fair campaign. Abana shika na ekba we ke daga ke 100 cedis every time. E ka kan you o blank ye jisu na me fon shiki ya government. We are making problem. Come on. Afi abo enye na me botu e moko me na 28. Afi nyume nyoke pa anyo moko me na afi nyume tenke ya kome. Podinche komo. Nikenye ba kaye last year we feel like 4 so story so on neke kidney is dialysis and in Ghana. Kolebu nyenyomo about 4 million. Government na shikane ekma kolebu na pay. Last year no kenye ba kaye a close dialysis center kolebu May agbele an kata September di enche una megbele we no mi wa menta una megmeno ke 700 cedis Ghana bi bolo na cheno na keba ni between May ke September como Ghana bi abo ni gboyi Ghana bi abo ni amenya amepe 1000 cedis per session. Your private centers no what government there no you know now me rely on. Between May and September, na me nya me fi am dialysis say komo Ghana bi abo na me yin pata. Komo Ghana bi abo na me yin pata no ba bia ke no taxes na fe na he ofe mini pota ke fi yo. Agbe COVID efo government ye COVID levy yolo. Mina ke fi yo. No when the government nye subsidize government agbo 50% po. Koni patients only ya jame like a patient say when I'm going to make 50% po. So about low scat a flache no ba fe kwasi ani. About fon shikiyame na me tra government offices na me ba jujui. I'm about juju I'm ba enrich I'm a families. Meanwhile the ordinary citizen and ye pay for dialysis treatment. Hey mo wa Ghana. Eye mobile when it comes to naked dialysis issue like a lot of videos like people are really complaining and people are really dying men boy unnecessarily nesani amegbo tesana amegbo keji government ife no na sana government afie esana amegbo look mo fe mo ka ilani ba gbele Una she like come no nake it is because governments in, governments out. What failing about the necessary things na sani what failing waka wa mambi. Both political parties. Some of these stories say benyele inke politics inke politics kula. Because ole ka ela mobu ele ka obo MPP nyojibo no mobo. Obo NDC nyojibo no mobo dabi. So some of these issues say ke won tackle as and what tackle holistically ake Ghana be ke MPP be ke NDC be. Bona beninchon I'm try another video ko mahabo no kwe mamiko no kwe bullet we.
I want the government to support me so I can live to fulfill my dream of becoming a nurse.
Last year, 15-year-old Priscilla Sante's young life was cut short. Her dream of becoming a nurse unfulfilled, leaving a void in the hearts of many. Her mother's voice joined the choruses across the country in calling on government to reduce the cost of dialysis in order for many to live. Priscilla was not the last to die. Many have died and countless numbers are in the queue waiting to die because they can't afford to pay the cost of dialysis. Mami pay private center 1,000 cedis per session. Mami no nwegbe ko kwe money on na video me e banye pay 1,000 cedis per session. Ke be need one session for every week. Koma ke mami le ni tage e banye afford like 1,000 per session elo. Maba. Me no neke mokwe government subsidize kone nana can treatment eh. She died. She's gone. Young girl. Me, you know, Nishukwe, what's that? Banye tune, ne fe en Ghana. Ekbo. Because now dialysis treatment ne need beke eyi ekpata. 1,000 cedis per session. Got a private center, no, you have a dialysis. Government tell them, oh, meno, ya bono, oh, jail, and when no meno, ni Ghana be nya pay. Ghana be, come on, blind, come on, papa, at first reader, papa, ta wheelchair, me, ya shia, a bed 491 cities, neck ba pay. How many sessions have I need in a week? Ya tashia. Won't be me. Because nibi na sani wa prioritize ke nibi na sani wa fe ni waka wa Ghana bi ye wa fe ni wanye ni won fe wa kan no fe politics oh aka for any aka MPP for lango aka NDC for dabi. And that is why some of these things say I don't care which political party ni you no inko bodana ke NDC platform le like a majority of many just subscribe to this channel you support NDC and I get it, but some of these things are cafe politics. No, regardless of government batano, kejo mama ba NDC batano in the kenibi come ya nolwe, I will still talk about it. Hey, my boy, I'm a try another video mabo. Come on, millionaire can search no. Come on, bullet way.
I started getting the symptoms of a kidney condition when my daughter was in the first year of university. Even getting food to eat is difficult. I have to beg before I eat. My mother, who used to support me too, is also blind now. I don't have any helper. I used to sell fish at the fishing harbor and used to get support from my friends, but not anymore. You know the harsh economic conditions now, so I have to beg before I get money for my weekly dialysis at this private facility.
stress me to na wo fiti abo na me frame na fufu no do mo so to ande kakra no mama ni me eto ni mo mo se na Ghana aye de afa nti obi a wani how ti me stress na me nya bia abidi apa I say
afa ne bele won no sane mo le e ke bi kometo pe bi le university le kwole ko kwe e bi na school e ba nya cha no. That's it. The education everyday. Because enye ya jano ne ahoni don we economy ehoni. Abi enye ya ne ahondon. E mami kometo ni wale, e mami win meshula. Neke mokwe minu esa ni government subsidize or dialysis treatment e hanle. Why? Neke mokwe meanwhile, government subsidizing dialysis treatment in Harlem. Come on, look at this poor woman. Just look at this poor woman. We cannot live in a country like this. We cannot. We cannot live in a country like this where like I'm saying, like government pay, our priorities are screwed. No, wabana shikawa V8 gene. Politicians, ministers can be now make drive ika for she. She what subsidized dialysis treatment. I mean, you are case on the year. Wabanya wana shika. Government by V8 gene. Politicians not driving a car for she. Keba umi no kwe convoy. Akufuando no kwe convoy. No kanefe a fuel. Akufuado. Eya chone klani nwe. E seneta no pay yomi. Seneta no. E seneta no keje kwe. Ake wa V8 me. Yet we have ordinary Ghanaians. I mean suffer neke suffer more. I mean pay neke pay more. And you want to tell me, okay, government in subsidize our priorities as a people? It's messed up, completely messed up. It's completely screwed up. Dr. Bamia Banya order finance ministry now release 177 million. Now can pay nursing allowance, nursing students allowance. Menye kayo. Me wa friend can video no bla you a challenge le ne keb extra finance ministry I find 177 million cedis akbape nursing student me ne lenche na mokokla ne post a text ne receive from the Ministry of Health. Okay, I pay le 2,800 cedis e hit the account them. No Dr. Baumia ye wale ne ba anye twa. Now release 177 million students. Now can pay cities. Now can pay students. She enye phone. Now subsidize dialysis patients. Hey me ya kolebu. Alo komfanochi. Alo temale. BKB. Alo mami ne ko bla ye ne. Anya afe na kai. Ona no running ko ba ke. What priorities say screw up. Between lives now ba save. Allowances. Na kama students na me ya school they don't need a year. Kabanya call for 177 million. Na aja allowances can nursing training say anya cha na release iska olebe na me release. I may release $2 million. Me na bafi. Get $2 million. 2 million cedis. Me ne bafi. 2 million cedis. Me ne bafi. 2 million cedis mi ne ba fe. So vote me ba na ba vote le ne ba be ye president no eyan le. Fe Ghana bi na me need wa mo na me ba cha mi. Mokomo gwete shi ne ba sole ne ba ke nu mo eyan ne la mo mi. So many na kan le mo ame di ama me fort ni. Ame te shi na me ba soli alo me ba fe no ko na me yin kan no by force ake na ela mu ame no Dr. Baumia ba nye twa na release 177 million na kan nursing trainees. She release 2 million pe 2 million me ba she me nye ba nye treaty
Many banye treat. Dr. Bamian like get mate ni she ke you akechu ni. Amuntu ne wana wali akeke you anya akechu ni. Ke you anya akechu ni. Amuntu ne wana wali akeke you anya akechu ni. Ne you na release 177 million. Can nursing trainees. She anya release iska na ke pay dialysis treatment ke ame ye kolebu. Wani ye mabo ye Ghana. Wani ye mabo bwade nche. Many wa fon shiki wa ha ne. Many ni wa fon oshiki wa ha me ne. Black Rasta narrates a very sad story. Same on this kidney issue ne ke the way ni we healthcare system e fe yo miss mono bulletwe amontone.
The country has failed us. 2 months ago, a young man came here. He wanted to speak with Captain Smart. Whilst he was waiting to speak with Captain Smart, I came passing by. A young woman approached me and asked me to excuse her to speak to me for a few minutes. I said, okay, even though I was in a rush, which I always do. I'm never too much in a rush to speak to people. We put people first. My brother, the young lady pointed at the man sitting there and said, this is my husband. We are here to see Captain Smart so that he would help us at least meet some wealthy people to help with the dialysis of my husband. That is my husband. The man looked very feeble and pale. Today I'm sad to say that as I came into the studio, the lady sent me an obituary. The man is gone. He's gone. I am looking at the obituary right now, and it breaks my heart. Was there anything we could have done to save this man? Has the nation failed the man? How many more tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of people in this country would go through the same route? They say there's health insurance, yet there are some health bits that the insurance cannot insure. Interesting. My brother, many people have spoken about this dialysis thing. It looks like our nation keeps failing us every now and then. Imagine this was China. They would have free dialysis. England, free dialysis. South Africa, free dialysis. America, free dialysis. You would have free medical care. That is a civilized nation. In our country, civility is a thing of the past. When politicians come in to campaign in order for us to vote them into power, we seem to momentarily forget some of these very important things. All we are looking for is money for our pockets right now to buy kenkey and fish, as if we will not eat again tomorrow. It hurts me. Everybody is looking for a bribe. Oh, the politicians are coming again. They must pay us before we vote for them. After they have paid you, what is next? They come in and they have to recoup everything they spent in rising to the highest office of the land. All the bribe money they paid you, they will skin all of you alive, milk you beyond milking. They will make you bleed back the bribe money. You don't care, my brother? My sister, you don't care? This young woman today sent me the obituary. Water started running down my face. I broke down. The young man died. She's lost a husband. Her children have lost a father. The nation has lost one more person. My brother, when I look at some of these things, I feel so hurt and so bad. I remember the story of Daddy Lumba, and he himself told me this in careless studios. He told me, Black Rasta, when my mother was sick, I had to go to the hospital every day and pay huge amounts of money in order to give her a certain injection that will keep her alive for the next few hours. The doctors had told me that there was no cure for the condition she had. I'm not going to mention what condition it was. Daddy Lumba told me that he would go to the hospital every time and they would inject the woman. She will spring back to life and then they will be speaking. He did it for so long until one day the woman held Daddy Lumba's hand and said, Kojo, enti ube koswa yesa de we ya Dr. Force minti apodano. De bia be ba betweska. No ma wo me panie. Panie no mo wo me wi a. Na ma kasa 2 hours, 3 hours. Na ma sa ko back. Ube tu ma koswa yesa. Sa o sika nyina besa. Ma and then your last one. Omo wo me panie na ye bon komo wi a. Membe wo me panie biom. No bono edin. Paska no hwe wo mano. Me nana no. When Daddy Lumba told me this, tears ran down my face. What was the condition the woman had? Daddy Lumba said right after the last injection, he spoke with the mother and they embraced. The idea was that the mother did not want him to spend all his life savings on a disease that was incurable. Daddy Lumba said as he was walking out of the hospital, he looked around, looking through the windows to see his mother's last days. The moment the mother was slumping back, after the power of the injection was gone, he ran back and paid again for the mother to be injected. He embraced her again and said, Mami, minti min shawo sa me on wusa. Sky dien said, oh, kojo men yesa. Minana nom no, omu yeska no. Fasha omu wate. Media ma bomb brakra wi. Hey! Daddy Lumba said after the injection, the doctors took him outside, far away, put him into the car and asked him to go home and that they would do well to keep the woman. A few hours later, they called him that the woman was gone. My brother, it is sad how our insurance in these hospitals, the health insurance, continues to fail us. Doctors are making mistakes left, right, and center, taking lives of people, and it looks like in this country there is no accountability. How many doctors have we sued in this country for foolishness and carelessness? This is not to say that our doctors are not doing well. Far from that. But there are some doctors who are professionally inept, professionally dead. My mother was sick whilst I was in America teaching in some of the universities. My brother, my sister, she went to the hospital. They started giving her some glucose solution. And when she started to react, it was then the doctor asked, oh, was she diabetic? Is she diabetic? Has she ever been diabetic? You didn't care to ask all these things before giving her sugar. The woman died at the Tamale Modern Hospital. Carelessness by doctors. Some doctors never ever account. The other day in Takrady, there was a woman that was sent to the hospital. There were some people who had been involved in accidents, and the doctor had so much work on him. He quickly declared the woman that had come in as dead, without any checks, nothing, no test. They took the woman to the morgue. The mortuary man put the woman down, ready to prepare her, strip her naked, and push her into the refrigerators. But first, he had to go out and drink apeteshi. As he was coming back, he was singing those apeteshi songs. The woman sat up and was shocked, seeing dead bodies all over her. She asked, hey, hey, when did me ba? You know what the mortuary man did? He went looking for a hammer to come and knock the head of this woman, that the woman was a ghost. She had been declared dead by a competent doctor. It took a nurse to say, hey, when they looked at the woman, not knowing at the time, she was just in a coma. The doctor carelessly pushed her in there. And when I was investigating this, the doctors told me that what the woman experienced was what was known as the Lazarus effect. In medicine, they call it the Lazarus effect. When somebody is declared dead, the heartbeat has stopped. But it is possible for the person to come back to life when one or two things come into play. So it is not a new thing. The woman enjoyed what is known as the Lazarus effect.
Right.
Our Muslim trained to know that there is something called Lazarus effect.
This is the kind of health
they are ready with their hands.
Care system.
When somebody comes back to life immediately,
like I said earlier, this is why I'm sure I guess some of you can NDC be about because be no nani you are because we cannot live in a country like this. What I may pin or your man say, wait, what come here? She olo. Nene me ne kema jansani ake fo langoi. Because me ne fe mo konyemi. Wo e kole bo nyemi. E fe mo ko mami, wo e kole bo mami, e fe mo ko papa, wo e kole bo papa. So irrespective of political party ni ba atano, ene me ken na ma bashi mo fe mo ni ba atano ma bashi le. Some of these things must be fixed. Look, there is not a perfect healthcare system. America, where healthcare system is such babao. But at least there are some provisions. The government fee. Europe, healthcare system is way better. Because it's subsidized. My name here, Darby. My name here, healthcare system, insurance system, 90% of it is tied to one nuchumo. Call benuchumo health insurance. Na can you be run all America? Call benuchumo obe health insurance. Call your state me. Ni state your state program ko. Ni wa feel lucky. Score agenda can Republican state say ni ame Medicaid ni ame run or ame qualification very low above agbo. Score agenda states come ni boli ame expand Medicaid ona beninchon yes score obenuchumo abawabu. Hospitals come especially Catholic hospitals say can be because of donations now me na e war ame call me free. Bona, but my name is easy na kind. 90% of what many boy fe wana kejo wanuchumo etumo Europe. Bona, allo UK. Etumo na kind. Bona, but like I said, at least there are provisions here be ni ko chu ni pwe at least. Bona, abanya kwebo fio ni bi kome. Bona, mla efele by force. Akekote hospital le abibo shikasande sana kwebo dan be fino ni fiobo then I deal with payment later e bela na kan Ghana ko nye shika kwebo mane me ba nyo ka ba kwebo an ka gbe na ba bilibo ko nyo pay no ba nyo file for bankruptcy like I said there are provisions our system is completely broken. Doctor for infeni bi nehi nurses info como accountability sanene yene mogone gboko na kan Lazarus effect ne no mo be na echon mini training akeha mortician ne mini training and like I said keji moko kebu ake wo beshika ni wo ba nyo subsidize dialysis treatment because some of these things Kenya was citizens say I'm a Malay ni campaign based komo MP
MPP na me MPP bi afia me primary say komo sika na me fite. Komo sika na me fite. By election e ya jisumi ne jigbete ne no komo sika na me fite. Dr. Bawumia ye wale. Ne ba nye twa finance ministry. Ni ata 177 million. Na kia nursing trainees. Si anya afoshika na ke subsidize dialysis treatment kia Ghana bi na me nya no pi na me ba boy woni ye mobo yi woni ye mobo pi woni ye mobo ye mo femu mo ne ye tuni ne ba nya afford the fine ye tuni ye ding lepo emen government po because eta one na iwale shimone nyeko meni ntwabo ne komo obla ye nyu ame kwa me sa menja hia because I mean nya me the 380 cities akete 491 nma ma akoye she Dr. Bawumia ba nye twa na release 177 million me jigbete na na I ship 70,000 tablets. Education ministry account students light here podium chair wanye wani light here mano no 70,000 tablets say no kan agbege bia me light people am ba charge on na get wo bedroom wo pepe we are screwed up here. Anashka I released 70,000 tablets. I got millions of dollars I can here I can students between what students don't me ba tablets ke between me ni kamo Kolibu me ye Konfanochi me ye other places na me need the dialysis treatment teno ni ehia mana Ghana fe mobo oyira don wa adenche aka ofe ebe ni yokwemi o find ko subscribe ko e bomo den you subscribe ko e jomo ko news mo no chon ka wo comment section allo ba nyo send me voice note allo twa me WhatsApp nke bo ba gbasan ni hu eje me oyira don wa adenche wasan ye mobo e Ghana e mobo wa adenche shole o manye juno ba afo no fe no ba afie mo lenche ba jo mi bo na be ni chon no fe no ba hia bo onu ke yi wa yin wo ba gbasan de ko bye bye.
Yeah baba it's neat. Them say you want to chop my